Hi guys, this is Rahmat from Best Gaming Settings. Welcome back, and if this is the first time to our channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Today we'll talk about Mordhau Classes Guide, Player Classes. Mordhau is a game that allows quite a lot of character customization. It does features a system of character classes. However, these classes aren't as set in stone as they are in game like Spellbreak. However, they do still play a role. The equipment that you will start the game using is depends on the player class that you choose. Beginners should learn what each Mordhau class is specialized in. By doing this, they can pick the Mordhau class that best suited their playstyle. Once players have gotten some experience in Mordhau, they will likely notice that not everyone uses the standard classes. You can customize your Mordhau classes, but it is going to take you some time. To unlock the option, the character customization, you need to earn quite a bit of gold and XP. This can be frustrating for beginners players who want to make themselves a load out to matches how they play. However, these basic classes should give most players the equipment they need to win plenty of Mordhau matches, even before they gain enough gold and XP to create their own loadouts. Now let's talk about Mordhau classes sword fighters. These Mordhau classes are best suited to players who enjoy the sword fighting in the game. They each gives players control of a slower but good range sword. These classes are great for practicing dueling or solo game. Now the first one is the Brigand. This unit gives you a well balanced sword fighting. Since melee fighting is the foundation of the game, this Mordhau class is really most people's starting point. However, it doesn't be dismissed because of this. This unit gives you a good set of medium armor. This is a nice balance since it doesn't slow you down too much but also won't leave you exposed. You also get a ZA100 sword. This sword is pretty good at dealing damage, has a great range and decent speed. It is a well balanced unit that is perfect for practicing combat strategies or showing off your dueling powers. The second one is the Knight. This class is the more advanced sword fighting. You got heavy armor which makes it very slow to move around. However, the protection you get is second to none. Even a direct headshot from a powerful weapon can't kill you in a hit. You got a long sword which is a slow sword but on with a massive range. If you have got enough experience, you should be able to balance these two factors to stay ahead of the competition in duel. You also get a dagger, but it is basically rendered worthless by your slow speed. The Knight is a more advanced class than the Brigade since it is harder to handle. Now let's talk about the Protector. This Mordhau class comes with a shield which sets it apart from most other beginners class. The kit shield can block most projectiles and even some strikes, taking the pressure off of your combat abilities. However, it will really drain your stamina. Inexperienced player can find themselves dead in the water if they waste their stamina using the shield. Your combat options are also decent with this class, but the combination isn't worthwhile once you have other options. This is a great Mordhau class to use while you practice using a shield in preparation for your custom class. Now let's talk about the Huntsman. This is the first ranged class. You came equipped with a long bow which is a fairly well balanced bow. It is quite slow to fire but has a great range and does a lot of damage. Since it is a slow firing, you are relatively exposed with this weapon. You also only have light armor, so you need to stay out of the area of combat while you are using this. This class is a great addition to team games, but it is going to take a lot of skills to survive on your own. Using this Huntsman, sooner or later you will end up in a melee fight, so you need teammates to help. Now let's talk about the Raider and Veteran Mordhau classes. Mordhau character classes aren't limited to sword fightings and the other predictable medieval archetype. These classes are where things started to get interesting in Throws, Vikings and seasoned professionals into the mixed. The Raider. This Mordhau class makes you into a Viking with some predictable weapons and gears. You get a mix of medium and heavy armor, so your speed isn't great but you will be very protected. The weapon available for you include the battle axe and 4 throwing axe. The battle axe hit bizarrely hard. If you get a few good strike in, you can can go through even strong armor. However, it is quite hard to duel with, so you really either need a high skill level or teammates to pick up the slack. The Raider is a really well balanced class but takes some skill to use properly. Now let's talk about the Veteran. This class is really slow. You are very heavily armored, which makes it difficult to do any harm, but your speed is worst in the game. The weapon coupled with this class are also very slow. All in all, you move like a turtle. A player needs to have perfected their reflexes and timing for each weapons to actually get any use of this class. The weapons are strong but difficult to use. The Veteran is a Mordhau class for an advanced player, which makes it a bit redundant since most players with enough skill to use it will have made custom class. Okay, now let's talk about the Footman. This is a quite popular class. You got a spear, which is one of the more overpowered weapon in the game. You also get a medic pack. With your spear, you can take cheap kills and really be a great member of a team. The same is true with a medic pack, which is going to take Footman players really useful in the team game. Now let's talk about the Scoundrel. This Mordhau class is built for speed. You got a rapier, which is one of the better weapon in the game. It is well balanced and speedy, so that should be perfect for skilled dueling player. You only get light armor, but with the speed of rapier, you should be focusing on a solid defensive dueling style anyway. This can be a fantastic Mordhau class if you have enough experience to use it right. You also get a bear trap, which is nearly impossible to kill anyone but a fun novelty. Now let's talk about the weirdest Mordhau class, Engineer. This Mordhau class is one of the category all by itself. It is by far the strongest class, but on that some players might find useful. The Engineer, this guy doesn't even have a melee weapon. He has a load. You can hit people with a load, but you won't really get much damage in it. Instead, your option as the Engineer Mordhau class are really more technical. You also get a toolbox which allows you to build barricades and spikes. Using this, you can set up traps, construct fort, and generally do a style of play more at home in Fortnite than Mordhau. With spikes, the Engineer is also best suited for taking out the cavalry. Horseback's enemies are hard to damage otherwise. The Engineer is definitely someone if different teams are better positioned when they contained on skilled Engineer, but is a difficult to make this Mordhau class valuable when playing alone. You can also make your own custom classes. Once you get to grip with the game, you will probably have made your own custom class and specialized it to fit your playstyle. As you practice dueling or other combat, you will learn which weapon and armor suit you. However, beginners should spend some time with the default class while they learn the basic like dueling. This allows them to try out most of the game has to offer before committing to one style over another. Guys, that was all for this video. Please let us know what you think of this video by comment, and thanks for watching.